Everything is intersected. I don't make a separation. The word intersection has to do with bringing together different points of view, different ideas, etc. And I think in the show there are a lot of differences in the work and also in the philosophy of the different artists.
I think I try to express more about women and my identity, being from ancient cultures that come from Mexico, but also interfere or blended with American culture because I have lived in this country for a very long time.
Intersectionality is this weaving of the different layers, the different experiences of all of us in this group show, Intersection 5D. In effect, what we want to accomplish here is for the viewer to walk away with threads of our experiences and to enrich their own inner intersectionality.
One important thing that I've been thinking about lately is how my private studio practice relates to my larger explorations with murals and public art in the built urban environment. So that's one thing that with this exhibit I'm trying to present.
So plastic finds me. I don't find plastic. So for instance, this piece is made from toys, a jar top, and the back of a refrigerator. And so people are attracted to this, and then when I tell them what it is, they're always shocked by that. And that's when I have an opportunity to talk about the conditions of the oceans, the water, rivers, lakes.
I remember about my artwork is very much about women and nature, and one of the things that preoccupations with the environment. So my work has subtle influences in the environment, and I consider the earth is being as feminine. So that's identity also.
My work is about study of consciousness. This ancient saying of know thyself is endless. It's a whole lifetime journey. And through meditation and spiritual practices, you can go deeper into this area of consciousness and allow that to become much more important and bring it out to life.
And I was very inspired when I lived in Morocco. And I was very inspired when I was in Brazil. And I think those cultures, make you as an artist reflect on what it is that you're doing, but also it influences you because, these things are visual, at least for me.
Two ways. There's really like a micro and a macro to the work that I'm presenting in Reed's Art Spaces show, Intersectionality. So there's the square and the division and dissection of the square, and these patterns that I've created that can be expanded in infinite possibilities. And these can lead to public artworks and murals around my city that I see that the public interacts with every day. So people can interact with them, and in a simple, basic way, because they're geometric patterns, they can apply their own interpretations to them and see in with them what they will. And it's a way to spark a conversation with the public, with people, and to bring people together in their urban environment.
Well, inspiration comes very easy for me. Anything could inspire me. It's just something that you're very open to the cosmos. A walk on the beach, a leaf that is flying in the air, a title of a song, a little segment of a movie, a moment with my daughter, a moment with my friends.
So as I made stuff, I had rules. I can only use what was on the beach. I can only use my Swiss Army knife. I can only make things from the stuff that I found, and that was it. And I would see all the same garbage. And I was perplexed by that. I was like, it was gone one day because they cleaned the beach. Then the next day after a storm, it's back. And so I started investigating that, and that was my journey to becoming an environmentalist. And
my role as an artist is to tap into this other energies, let's say, or the higher energies, and bring that into my work and to bring that out and share it.
It's about feeling. You know, when you feel something, you express it as an artist. And there are many, many things that one can feel. But I think for me, it's all about the heart. It starts here.
I use a common light source, so you can see a three-dimensionality in the pieces. I also work with patterns that you can repeat, but I'm also working with negative and positive space. And some of the most interesting things I've found are where the patterns overlap or connect. So that has led me to work with different arrangements of the prints so that I'm more so working on the edge, the pattern repeat, than just a binary black and white kind of puzzle.
Through using beauty from things that are discarded, I'm bringing some kind of consciousness to someone else who is not aware of what's happening. So when people look at my work, they don't recognize, for instance, some of the objects that are from the environment, like a razor blade handle or a toothbrush or a disposable pen or disposable lighter. So it's a matter of manipulation and trying to disguise it by making something beautiful for something that has been discarded. So my tagline for my artwork is I bring significance to the seemingly insignificant. So within our culture, many cultures around the world, we're discarding not only our garbage, but our other human beings. And so that's really, at the end of the day, I try to bring it back to how we treat each other. So if we can't treat each other well, we certainly can't treat our environments that we live in very well.
However, our upbringing is such that the material world, the senses-based world, becomes much, much more predominant. And we put all of our emphasis on our belief system and trust only in the material world. And that's where we get stuck. We get into deep trouble. The reason why humanity is where it is because all of our emphasis and trust is only placed on the material world.
And justice is very important to me because I feel like there's a lot of injustices today. You know, not only in Mexico, in the border, but it's about women in other countries. In Mexico, and especially right now, the border is a lot of injustice. There's a lot of women has disappeared. And the injustice is also about women's wages and the women importance of their language. I think the language and the verbal ability to express as a woman is very important, and it's just coming about right now.
For me, the complexity in the work is actually very simple. It's not complex. It's complex visually, but in terms of what is there, it's very simple. I learn a lot from nature. You know, I learn a lot from watching animals and people and just everyday things, clouds, you know, everything influences me as an artist. Anything visual, you know, just really gets to my core.
As an artist, you really have to make your own path, and it may not already be laid out for you. So by becoming involved in your community and seeing what the needs are, you're able to connect, make things happen, be resourceful, and create possibilities where you may not have seen them before.
I don't paint anything. I use it as it is. And the colors are vibrant. It's all free. I spend almost no money on my art supplies. And maybe one day, hopefully, I'll run out of art supplies.
Connecting action and thought in the process of my paintings and creation is very much delving deeply into this conscious, unconscious part and bringing that out into a creation, a painting, or any kind of a creation that I produce. So the connection is very much a direct connection. of cause and effect.